everybody, welcome to another episode of the Rifle Chair YouTube channel. Here we have a very beautiful STEYR MANNLICHER LUXUS Model M. It's currently wearing a Bushnell Scope Chief, which is not necessarily quite the optic you want to have in a beautiful rifle like this, but that's what I had available. Is wearing 1-inch medium Buehler bases and rings. This beautiful rifle has a 23.5-inch barrel. Being the Model M, the Scout version of this has a 20-inch barrel, and many of those were the full stock version of this rifle, meaning that they had wood all the way up to the tip of the barrel. These rifles have a very beautiful deep blue finish. This one weighs in without scope at 7 pounds 12 ounces. They have a very interesting rotary safety on these rifles, and you can't just move it. You got to press in and then move it. Okay, and when the safety is engaged, you cannot lift the bolt. These come with an inline 3-round magazine, detachable box magazine. Very smooth, and I like it because, you know, this is a stamped steel magazine, but they're very tough with aluminum follower, and they go nicely. They have a nice audible click when the magazine is seated, and they fall freely. Very nice, very smooth. These rifles have a single set trigger, and so you pull the trigger forward like so, and then you get a hair trigger. Very hair. The nice thing about this also is even when the firing pin is closed, you can dry fire with it. Just back and forth. However, I'm not one for really light triggers, so I just like to use the trigger it came with. This is the first stage. These rifles all have a cocking indicator right here on the bolt, and I mean, if you're in low light conditions, you can just feel for it if you're not sure. See the cocking indicator right there. This rifle, I believe these were made, you know, largely available in the late 70s and early 80s. This one here still has a very nice supple recoil pad. Also, the Luxus model, interestingly enough, does not have the cycolac plastic trigger guard or magazine, and those are famous for cracking right here in the other STEYR MANNLICHERs, right around the action screw holes. You would see cracking in those areas, but not these ones because they're all steel. Okay, so you'd see cracking in this area if you tighten the action screws down too much, and also the magazines for the other STEYR MANNLICHERs were also plastic. These are not; these are steel, and they were terrible. Especially if they were loaded, if you dropped them, they would break, they would crack. Rotary magazines. It was a really good idea, but they're certainly not anywhere near as rotund as what you'll see on these Luxus models. The wood on this rifle is beautiful. I mean, it is all heartwood. This here is walnut, but you can see all the tiny little stub branches that came off the tree, which means this is basically the heart of the tree. This is the denser wood of heartwood from these walnut trees. These rifles normally come with a barrel-mounted forward sling stud right here, and this one has been removed. You can see it was silver soldered on there. It was removed. Maybe it broke off or fell off, and it was transferred over to the forestock, which is very thin. However, they have done a nice job of removing a little bit of material from the back embedding a plate and screwing it in. So it's actually really quite strong, even though we're talking about a very small amount of wood. You can see the profile of the stock is very skinny in this area. Unlike, well, that's a kind of a European characteristic of the wood on their hunting rifles. North America generally has a nice wide surface. These are kind of, intended to be stalking hunting rifles. North Americans like to do lots of road hunting and whatnot. I'm more of the European kind of mindset when it comes to the stock design. You will see that the bolt throw on this rifle is incredibly minute. I mean, we're talking, I don't know, I'm sure there's a description here somewhere, but I think we're talking in the neighborhood of around 30 degrees, maybe 30 to 40 degrees, 35 degrees, something like that. It's like, for really fast work, it's really impressive just how fast this bolt throw is, eh? And in many ways it's kind of interesting. You will note that the Luxus here has a rear locking lug system. So here we have the bolt. We have a total of 6 locking lugs, rear locking lugs, just like a Lee Enfield, and in many ways the bolt handle here could act as the 7th lug. The bolt is extremely smooth. The bolt face has a plunger extractor system, very similar to, I guess you could say, the Remington 700, and absolutely beautiful extraction and cycling with this rifle. To remove the bolt, all you need to do is press down the trigger and the bolt will remove. As stated previously, the safety here. I should probably get a cough here first. Is a so as a rotary thumb safety, and currently it's safe. However, you won't be able to take it off safe unless you depress it and push. Depress it and push. That way, it's not going to come off of safe unless you absolutely need it to be. You can manipulate the safety so it's almost completely quiet as well. Right? On and off. Very, very quiet. Again, a hunting stalking rifle. The palm grip on these rifles have a palm swell, a Bundsweir palm swell, and it is so comfortable to hold. The checkering is not stamped; it is all carved and very positive. I mean, the grippiness of the rifle is very positive. I really dig the hammer forged twist barrel. Sorry, I keep zooming in and out. I just want you to see this. You can see that right there, eh? Kind of this twist appearance to the barrel. I really like that. Mannlicher is famous for the quality of their barrels. And incidentally, this barrel is free floated in this tiny little stock. I can bring a dollar bill all the way up to here. It's free floated. The stock style is, I guess I'll give you a view of the other side of the rifle. The stock style is the Euro-Bavarian style stock with a comb that is fairly low, but not too low, so that you can actually get a good a view of your sights if you need to remove the scope. And it's a little bit of a dish here for your face, so it's very comfortable to have your cheek on the cheek piece. I really like it. The nice, beautiful, dark walnut stock has redwood or rosewood grip cap and four-tip cap, and you can see the beautiful STEYR embossed and countersunk logo into the grip cap. These are just absolutely beautiful rifles and very elegant hunting gentleman's rifle, which I am quite fond of. If you guys can find yourself some of these older STEYRs, they are really impressive rifles. I'm telling you, I got to tell you that I can't afford a new one, and I think that many of you are probably in the same situation, that you can't afford a new one. But it's nice to see, and this is no lightweight rifle, but it's very, very short, compact, and it's not even a carbine. Lots of adjustability in the front sight for if you need to make adjustments for your for vertical. The rear sight is adjustable for windage. And these are just great rifles. You know, craftsmanship and time that are invested in the production of these rifles. We're not talking about, you know, Savages or Remingtons. We're talking about stuff that probably took a little bit longer to get off the finishing line before it went to market. So if you can find yourself one of these older Mannlicher Luxus rifles, the all steel model, I highly recommend you consider it. They're comfortable to shoot. You feel like you've got wood and steel in your hands, and a product that is high quality. So there you go, just a real quick look into the STEYR Mannlicher Luxus Model M. There aren't too many that I've seen out there available in North America, but if you do find one, I highly recommend you consider a purchase. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much from Rifle Chair, and as always, may believe up.